Hey everyone, it's Sally. So yesterday's message was all over the place because it was really about healing, and I ended up going off on like other stuff, so I apologize. I know a lot of people want to know about healing. Okay, so I am in my happy place. Okay, my garden is like crazy, right? Like, look at this. I know you probably can't like really see it, but like, oh my god, look at my ugly trampoline that my son wanted. But like, I planted my vegetables and everything, and so I just want to show you. They're starting to come through, right? I got my little poppy plants coming. They have the most beautiful flower. They're like carnations. My tomatoes. I got my vines. I got the rain came but down so hard, but these flowers are so beautiful. And like, just like, my garden goes on forever, guys. Like, literally forever. This is my happy place, okay? And I'm just kind of showing you, like, literally my garden goes forever. Like, I can't even explain it. Here's this. My koi pond's like over there. I got like all my plants coming up, and it goes around and everything. But I just want to show you, like, this is healing. Sorry, the sun's in my camera. Oh, let me go through the jungle. This is what healing looks like. Well, here's my koi pond. I have to like drain it because like my fish got so fat from last year. If you remember, I did a video last year out here and I have my fish in there. Well, they got like my goldfish. I didn't realize like goldfish could get so huge. I guess I overfed them, and they're like this big and like that long, so they can't go back in the koi pond. And I was gonna put more goldfish in there, but because the goldfish grow so big, I have a 75-gallon tank inside. I don't think I can fit anymore because the fish are so dang fat. And what I didn't know is that the females are the biggest and the males are the smallest, and I have 3 males and 2 females, and there's a hierarchy. So my poor little black male is at the bottom totem pole, so he doesn't have a girlfriend, and the other 2 bigger males don't let him around the female. So, but anyways, let's talk about healing, okay? Me showing you my garden, okay? I've been working on it since the snow melted. Like, I've been planting like crazy. A lot of things are coming up. I only plant bulbs because they come back every year. It's a waste of money to buy plants that are not bulbs because they do not come back every year. Most plants don't. Some of them do, but most don't, okay? I have my little bird feeders, and I have my albino squirrel, and like I said, I put like my fruits and vegetables that are about to go bad, lettuce, all that in the back. And so my albino squirrel, I hadn't seen her in a while. Well, she ended up having babies with her little husband. And now I have 3 other baby albino squirrels in my yard now. So these are the things that I do to help me heal. I find nature. I find things, even though they're squirrels, right? But it's unique to have an albino squirrel because they're beautiful. And the ones, I have 3, right? Baby ones. One of them is striped with like light brown because the dad is a regular brown squirrel, or gray, whatever you want to call it. And he's super unique. I should post a picture of him. Like, I've never seen a squirrel like that before. My little chipmunks came back, and Frank the bullfrog came back. Frank the frog, he got a girlfriend. They got a baby. Only one of the babies survived. So I have 3 bullfrogs, and I love hearing them croak. I sit at this window right here in the morning. I have chairs and stuff. This is like my sitting room over here. There's no TV in there because I don't want any distraction. There's a fireplace and stuff. During the winter, I can sit there. But in the morning, I sit in my chairs and I watch my bird feeders. And I watch all the birds. In this tree, there's some robins. Same thing with this one. And what I do is I kind of like leave little strings and stuff and they make nests. So when you're healing, right, you're doing things that are making you happy. And this is my point. It's not about like, oh, I'm showing you my garden and my house and all that. That has nothing to do with it. Finding your niche. Finding the niche of joy. Finding the things that make you happy. Finding the things that are going to get that CPTSD, the hamster wheel that I like to call, to calm down. Ugh, the AC went on. And so, I'm sorry the AC went on. I really wanted to sit out there. So I'll just kind of like, I'll come back here a little bit. Ow. Dang rocks. But, I'll go back over there and sit. But like, I have my little table back there where I like, sit, have lunch and stuff. And like, you know, like I have a little trail. I have my hammock back there. I don't know if you can see it. So there's just a little trail, right, in my hammock. Like literally, I live in a forest. Like all these plants, like look at this. And a lot of them hadn't bloomed yet. But, you know, I just find things that make me happy, that heal me from my trauma. And, so yeah, my little fireplace, we do this a lot. We do our fireplace. I'll just sit over here. And, so when you're healing, right, you're finding things that are going to make you happy to forget. Because I know, like, whenever I'm thinking a lot about what had happened with my narc and is still happening, I tend to overthink, and the CPTSD overtakes my life. And what happens is I start becoming a different person. And so finding things to help you heal is the main goal, even if you're going through it right now. And stupid bug. And so when I first started healing, and I didn't live in this place, and we're like traveling the United States doing construction, and we're living in corporate apartments. What I used to do when I was overthinking a lot, and we're still in contact, I would take walks, even though like at first I didn't enjoy it. And I was learning about narcissistic abuse because I had just figured it out, and I was listening to it a lot. Well, over time, what I figured out is by walking and listening to that, it made me think too much, and it made it worse. So when you are trying to heal, okay, you need, and you're taking these walks, or you're exercising, or you're sitting in your garden, or you're pulling weeds, or you're doing whatever you are, planting flowers, the worst thing you can do is listen to anything that has to do with narcissistic abuse. You want to listen to things that are going to uplift you, empower you, and make you stronger. Because when you are constantly studying about narcissistic abuse, because we all know when we first find out that we're not the problem, we're not the crazy one, that there is a thing called narcissistic abuse. There is people out there that have narcissistic personality disorders that we never knew about, right? So it is something possesses us to want to learn every single thing about it. That's why I know so much about it, okay? Because I spent years doing that, okay? Also, I didn't realize that by listening... Bird, will you please quit? I'm making a video, okay? Stop. Dang bird. Excuse the bird, guys, but it's nature. Nature's beautiful. He's calling his mate. Quit calling your mate, please. The thing I figured out is that by listening to too much and studying too much about it, after I actually learned about it, I'm gonna have to go inside because, like, I guess he lost his mate. What I figured out is that after learning about what is happening to you in your life, you're having those thoughts and you're arguing with yourself and you're doing all this stuff and you're trying to heal and you're trying to figure out how to calm your CPTSD, is that you need to start focusing on things that bring you joy and happiness. And if you need to take that walk to get that pattern of thinking out of your head, you need to listen to things that are going to uplift you and make positive impacts in your life. But if you are taking walks and you are listening and trying to learn about narcissistic abuse when you already know what it is, you've studied it, you know what's going on, all that's going to do is stir up more of that irrational thinking, okay? So what you have to do is find channels that maybe talk about how to improve your life, how to make joy in your life, how to bring happiness to your life. Or if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to take like walks and stuff, go out to your garden, enjoy your flowers, right? My kid has a trampoline. I have a bonfire. We enjoy those things. We find things that are going... My neighbor's outside. This video is like literally a hot mess, guys. Let me just go inside because, like, it just seems like everything I'm trying to do is not being accomplished here. All right. Let me just turn this light on real quick. Is that light on? Okay. So, oh, and this thing's on. Hold on. So, when you're trying to heal from any trauma, the worst thing you can do is think about that trauma. It is really hard not to think about that trauma because that trauma consumes you. It is your whole life. And that's the problem, is that you're making it your whole life when in fact it's not. When in fact, I have a glare in my glasses, sorry. When in fact, your life has much more meaning than you know. See, this is what narcissists do, is they trap you in the trauma so you don't become a better person. You want to become a better person by not trapping yourself in that trauma. So you find the things that bring you joy. Like, for instance, for me, my job doesn't feel like a job. When I go to work and I am around my special needs children, like, I'm the happiest I can be. It brings me joy. It's like a serotonin rush. And I am just happy and joyful the whole day. And matter of fact, one of my students, my 8th grade students, she's going to 9th grade. So now I'm able to be her mentor. And so I got permission from her mom to be her mentor. She's going with, she actually was at the pool with me yesterday. She is going to this, like, air jump park. It's like been traveling around the country. It's this like huge air trampoline blow up inflatable thing, and it's like huge. There's like several huge ones, right? So she's gonna go with my family on the 22nd, and having her in my life, my ex-student, brings me joy, right? I helped her improve in math because she has a very confusing brain. She has some autism, but not, she's high functioning, I would say. Sweetest girl on earth. Love her to death. And I decided to ask her mom to be her mentor. So these are the things that you have to look for in your life mission, the things that bring you joy. Because if you allow your trauma to take over your life and be your life, you will not find the joy that is waiting for you. Making impacts in people's lives. See, when I asked my student's mom to be her mentor, it wasn't like, it just popped into my head because I knew how much that little girl brought me joy, that I wanted more of her. I wanted more of that joy she brought me. And that helps me heal. That helps me move on. That makes me focus on other things than what has happened in the past. And I'm not only talking about like, oh, the narcissistic abuse. I'm also talking about my childhood traumas and traumas along the way of me growing up and making mistakes that traumatized me. But at the time I thought we're cool, like modeling and meeting all these famous people and traveling all these different places and having billboards and having all this and thinking I was the shit and all this. Like, I thought that was bringing me joy, but really what that brought me was trauma. That's what that did. Because I was around evil intended people that stole money from me, that did things that I didn't want to do in life. And I did it to please others. I wasn't doing it to please me. I did it out of ego. I did it out of wanting to be famous. I did it out of wanting money. I did it out of greed. I didn't do it out of joy. And now that I'm older and I look back in my 20s and when I was 18, and I think, that wasn't joy. That was lust. That was greed. That was me wanting to be someone that I wasn't. And it exhausted me. It caused me trauma. At the time, I didn't know it was trauma. At the time, I thought I was having fun. At the time, I thought, oh, I'm this big shot model that's traveling to Vegas and having billboards all over the country and things like this. And I've never shared this on my channel before, but yes, I did. My mom put me in modeling for Dillard's at a very young age, and I ended up just going along with it and doing stuff for like Elf Cosmetics and Doubletree Hotel, and like doing pamphlets and doing billboards and going to fashion shows and doing things like this, right? And I thought at the time, oh my God, this is bringing me joy. I'm being around rich people, creepy men, you know, millionaires, billionaires, trying to get me to marry them when I had a boyfriend, right? So I never did anything, which also demoted me as a model, while other models were doing things that were disgusting to get ahead of me. Because I had morals and values, and I loved my boyfriend that was in college at the time, and I was in college too. There was times that I was flying to Vegas, and then the next day, and like within hours in my classroom. But looking back, I see that brought me trauma. That did not bring me joy. That was ego. And this is why in some of my videos, I say you have to let go of your ego and say, you know what, not everyone's going to like me. There's going to be people that are going to do things to undermine me to get ahead in life. And so when you are trying to get over things, you let go of your ego, because when you do that, you find joy in the things that you never thought you would find joy in. Things that might be alien to you now But once you enter into what might be the unknown, might bring you the joy that you're looking for, right? And so when you're in a place of trauma from childhood neglect, or from your in-laws, or from your husband, or from even your own children, right? I've heard children treating their parents badly, or having one spouse turn the children against the other spouse, or whatever it was. During these times that you're going through these traumas, you can't just be stuck in that. You have to step out of the norm that you call life and find things that might be the unknown to you to bring that joy into your life. And that's what I've done. And that's what my husband's done. My son does. He loves sports. He found his niche, right? My husband does things for his family that is not the norm, but it brings him joy, right? A lot of us are new parents. Nobody gave us a guidebook on how to be a parent, right? But we figure it out. And if you figure out what brings you joy, that could be your children, that could be your animals, that could be whatever it is, it will bring you out of that trauma realm, the realm of, oh, this is my life, it's just trauma, trauma, drama, 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 trauma, trauma, trauma. No, what you do is you say, no, I'm not going to have any more drama. No, I'm not going to have any more trauma. And the things and people that bring me those things, I'm going to avoid, okay? I'm going to step out of I can't think of the word right now. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and try new things. And some may not bring you joy, but then some might. And you're going to make mistakes along the way. But when you're stepping out of your comfort zone and you're finding the joy within life again, then that trauma starts to de-escalate. Because if you're stuck in a comfort zone of just drama and trauma, it escalates. It doesn't de-escalate. It escalates because you allow it to see, this is what dyslexic tongue does. It makes things worse when you do not step out of your comfort zone and you find your niche for life. You have to try new things, even if it's painful at first. Because I know I hated exercising at first. I forced myself to go exercise and things like that. And then over time, as I'm sitting there exercising, listening to music or podcasts or something that didn't have to do with the trauma, trying to understand that trauma because I've already understood it, I went through it, and letting go of my ego and stepping out of my comfort zone, by the time I was done exercising, or even during then, I was enjoying it. I was happy. I was full of energy. And then I would get home and I'd be full of energy, excitement about life, and want to go out and do things that I've never done before, never experienced before, right? And so this is what you have to do. Because arguing with yourself about the trauma and the drama that you've been through is not going to get you anywhere but stuck. And I learned that the hard way because I had so much resentment towards my husband, towards my in-laws, towards my own mother, towards my brothers, towards friends that died, that I warned not to take drugs anymore because the open borders and all the fentanyl coming in and pressed pills and all this stuff that they thought they were just taking this one thing and it ended up being fentanyl and dying. You know how many friends I've lost in the past few years They weren't even drug addicts. They just went out to a party. Someone offered them a Vicodin or something like that. And they ended up dying because it wasn't a prescription. It was from over the border because the border's open and the cartel now basically runs the United States drug ring. Which they have for a long time, but it's really bad now. Off subject. Well, actually, that's the other thing. Doing drugs, smoking cigarettes, drinking too much coffee or energy drinks, drinking too much alcohol, going to bars, going to clubs, shaking your ass, doing all these things to draw attention to yourself because you haven't had that attention because of the trauma and the neglect from other people is letting your ego run your life. That is not bringing you joy. Going to a club, shaking your ass in front of men, in front of women, and trying to get attention that way, or dressing provocatively, or doing things that are provocative, or trolling people online, or saying things online that you wouldn't say to someone in person, is your trauma doing your work for you? So do you want your trauma to represent you, or do you want your joy to represent you? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Do you want your trauma to turn you into this person that you're not? Or do you want the joy to make you the person that you truly are? That's the question. Because when I was doing inappropriate, promiscuous, or not promiscuous, but outlandish things to draw attention to myself, because I didn't get attention from maybe family members, from I don't know, whatever it was, only made me look stupid. People don't respect you. They talk trash about you behind your back. So all you're doing is adding more trauma, adding more drama to your life, instead of going out and doing good in this world that can bring you joy. That people will say, hey, you know Natalie? Yeah, Natalie? Oh, she's a good person. She brings joy to people. She helps people. She doesn't go to the club and shake her ass. She's not a slut. She's not a whore. She's not one of those promiscuous, outlandish person. My point is, this is almost 30 minutes long, and I apologize. But I'm trying to show you that your actions in life prove who you are as a person. Your ego, on the other hand, prove you to be not such a good person. And people have egos because of the traumas they've been through in life. That's what creates egos. It's trauma. People trying to get attention because they didn't get attention here or there, or they went through this and they went through that. So now they have to have this big ego to make people believe that they're this person or that person, or they have to go to the club and be provocative and stuff like that to get attention because they didn't get attention here or there. Well, how about to get attention by being a good person and having joy and finding joy in things and helping people and bringing joy to others? How about that? That will heal you. You want to be healed? Then find the joy in your life. Find the things that bring you happiness. Because when you find the joy and that happiness, you are also taking that energy and you are giving it to the world. You're giving it to other people. But when you walk around angry, hating people because of the trauma you went through, or you have an ego, or you're being provocative to get attention, or promiscuous, or you're using drugs, or you're doing whatever it is that you're doing to suppress the trauma, you're not healing. You're just suppressing that. So do you want to suppress it and just live like that forever? Or do you want to say, you know what, I'm not going to let this trauma rule my life anymore. And I'm going to bring joy and happiness into this world, because you would never believe how many people you will touch that will remember you for a lifetime by being a joyful, happy person. Be a mentor to youngsters like I am doing this summer. Do things that are going to make a difference in this world, instead of holding on to anger that you are now energizing the world with. Get the joy and happiness and energize the world with that, and change this world from this negative crap that we're living through right now. This phony bull crap that we're living through. Be a better person than the people you see around you. We need to uplift each other. We need to quit with all this race hustling, with all this bull crap. I never seen so much bull crap in my life that is just bringing the energy of this world down, that is bringing everybody down. Be the person that changes this world with your joy and happiness, instead of being angry about what has happened to you. I just pray that you raise your energy instead of lowering it. Because right now, the vibrations in this world are very low in energy-wise. I don't know one person, not one person, I wasn't raised at least, and I've never seen it before until this administration of all this race hustling and all this division. I love all people. My best friend, Curvindale, I've known him since I was 5 years old, is a black guy. My husband's perfectly fine with it. Majority of my friends are African American. Majority of them. I have one best friend, other best friend that was my roommate in college. She's a white girl, but when I was in high school, I was bullied so bad by the white girls. But the African American girls in my schools opened their arms and welcomed me in and loved me. And the other thing, and I've talked to many other women on my channel through sessions. Do you know majority of my clientele are African American? And you know what they told me? That is rampant in their community. The narcissism. The narcissism is rampant in their community. And so it is in the it is rampant in a lot of communities, but especially in the Indian community. It's rampant with the mother-in-laws and their superiority over their daughter-in-law. But you just go on Instagram, you'll see all races, all the bikini models. Oh, I go here, I go there, I do this and I do that. Well, a lot of it's green screen. That's what y'all don't know. They're just fake. They're going and doing things they shouldn't be doing for money to be in those countries. They're prostitutes. And then they go on Instagram, act narcissistic. All these white girls doing it. All the races are doing it. You want to be that person? Or do you want to sit in your garden? Or do you want to play with your children? You know why those people are doing that on Instagram? Because they have trauma in their life. They have trauma in their life. That's what makes a narcissist. Narcissists make narcissists. Because the trauma runs through the family. Instead of fixing the trauma and dealing with it and addressing it, they just keep going down the line. A golden child is a narcissist. They're the spawn of the narcissist mother. Don't be like those people on Instagram. Find your true self. Put positivity in this world. We need it right now. I see so much narcissism in this world today. Ever since social media came along, it's like it's self-made narcissists. Like their parents aren't even narcissists. They just made themselves narcissists to keep up with the Joneses, to keep up with the Instagram models. I'm not going to be that. See, I could be easily. But I don't. Because I see how selfish those people are. I enjoy the beauty of this world. I enjoy the beauty of different cultures. I enjoy the beauty of my friendships that are different cultures. We have deep conversations about things. And I enjoy seeing their points of view and they enjoy seeing my points of view. And I enjoy listening and learning about their cultures. It brings me joy to have different ethnic groups in my life. And this is what this is about. Joy. Stop focusing on your trauma. Go out and meet other people that will bring joy to your life. If it's an animal, if it's a friend, if it's a stranger that you just want to be a friend with and start knowing. If you go and mentor a kid, like I'm doing this summer, do something that brings you joy, that will make you stop thinking about that negative stuff. We need to bring positive energy in this world today because there's so much narcissism that it is rampant and it is destroying our world, our community. We are on the verge of a civil war because of narcissistic people who think they're more important than us people, normal people. Oh my God. This is really all over the place. I'm sorry. Let's make a pact. How about our pact is that we stop letting negativity run our life. And we start having this positive energy about us. That when we walk in a door, people are scared because they're evil. They're scared of us. Because we're going to lift the vibrations of this world from negative to positive. Let's scare them. Let's make that pact. That we are going to bring joy to everyone's life that we encounter. That we turn those evil people into joyful people. Peace, love, and harmony. Thanks, guys. Bye. Love you.